In this video, we will explain what inductance is. We will give complete guidance useful for electrical engineers. Before we explain inductance, let us quickly recall what an inductor is. An inductor is simply a coil made of copper or aluminum wire. It is a passive electrical device. Its main property is that it opposes any sudden change in current flowing through it. It does this by producing a back electromotive force or back EMF across its terminals. Now let us understand how this happens. When current flows through an inductor, it creates a magnetic flux around the coil. This magnetic flux is directly proportional to the current producing it. So if the current changes, the magnetic flux also changes. According to Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, any change in magnetic flux linking a coil induces an EMF across that coil. This induced EMF is directly proportional to the rate of change of flux linkage. In simple words, a faster change in flux produces a larger induced voltage. Since flux is proportional to current, a change in current also causes a change in flux. Therefore, the induced EMF is directly proportional to the rate of change of current. So we can say induced voltage is proportional to di by dt. That is, voltage is proportional to the rate of change of current. By introducing a constant of proportionality, we write V equals L multiplied by di by dt. Here, L is called the inductance. From this relation, we define inductance as inductance is the ability of an inductor to oppose the change in current flowing through it. A higher rate of change of current produces a higher induced voltage. This relationship is linear. So again we write V equals L times di by dt. From this, we can also write L equals V divided by di by dt. If the voltage is 1 volt and the rate of change of current is 1 ampere per second, then the inductance is 1 unit. This unit is called the Henry, named after the scientist Joseph Henry. So, 1 Henry equals 1 volt per ampere per second. Now let us see how inductance relates to magnetic flux. Suppose a coil has n turns. Let the flux through each turn be phi. Then the total flux linkage is n multiplied by phi. From Faraday's law, V equals d of n phi by dt or V equals n times d phi by dt. We also know V equals L times di by dt. Equating both, n times d phi by dt equals L times di by dt. Cancel dt on both sides. N d phi equals L di. Integrating both sides gives n phi equals Li. So we get L equals n phi divided by I. Now, flux phi equals B times A, where B is flux density and A is cross-sectional area. Also, B equals mu times H, where mu is permeability and H is magnetic field strength. Magnetic field strength H equals Ni divided by small l, where small l is the magnetic path length. Substituting step by step, we finally get L equals mu times n squared times A divided by small l. This is the formula for inductance. From this formula, we see that inductance depends on 4 parameters. First, permeability mu. If we change the core material, inductance changes. A ferromagnetic core gives higher inductance than an air core. Second, the number of turns. Inductance is proportional to the square of the number of turns. Third, the cross-sectional area A. A larger area increases inductance. Fourth, the length of the magnetic path. Inductance is inversely proportional to this length. If the length increases, inductance decreases. So, inductance depends on core material, number of turns, area, and length. And that is the complete idea of inductance.